Hi guys, and welcome to a new fingerstyle lesson. Today we're going to look at Don't Know Why by Norah Jones, and this is going to be an easy guitar version, so I've changed the chords to the original. Right, before we get going, I'd just like to say if you enjoy the video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Also, you might be interested to know that I've done a guide to fingerstyle guitar, which is available as a download. I'll put all the links in the description box if you're looking on YouTube. Alternatively, go to my website and you'll see all the details there. Okay, right, let's get on with the lesson. Now, the original was written in B flat, which isn't the most friendly key for acoustic guitar. So what I've done is I've transposed it down to the key of G. If you want to play along with the original recording, all you're going to need to do is put a capo at the 3rd fret and play the same shapes that I'm going to show you here today. I might do a little demonstration at the end of the lesson just so that you can see how that'll work. But first of all, I'll just show it down in regular open position. Okay, the finger pattern is very simple. You're just going to pick thumb, index, middle and ring in that order when you're playing these patterns. Right, let's get going. By the way, I also use quite simple shapes for this. It makes it easier to do the chord changes. So if they don't look like the regular chords that you know, don't worry, you can play those, but I always like to make these things as easy as possible. Okay, here we go. Right, so the first chord is G. All I'm going to do though is hold down the 3rd fret on the top E string with my 3rd finger. And I am picking strings 6, 4, 3 and 2. And that's thumb, index, middle, ring, like that. Okay, so that's the first one, G. I'm going to pick the same strings again, but this time I'm adding my little finger onto the 3rd fret of the D string. And this is going to give us G7. So the first bar, then I'm going to move over to a regular C shape, so that's 3rd fret on the A, 2nd on the D and 1st on the B string, and I'm picking strings 5, 4, 3, 2, like that. Okay, so that's my C. Then I'm going to play B7 and I'm holding down strings, 2nd fret on the A, 1st fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G. And I'm playing the same strings as before that I did with the C, so that's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2. So that bar. Like that. Okay. The next one's the easiest chord. It's an E minor 7 and I'm not going to hold anything down for this. The strings I'm playing are 6, 4, 3, 2. I'll do that again. Then I'm going to play it in A7. I'm holding down 2nd fret on the B, 2nd on the D, and I'm playing strings 5, 4, 3, 2. So that bar. Like that. Okay. In the next bar, I'm going to play, I call it a D11, but some people call it a C over D. It's basically a C chord with a D note in the bottom. Shape is very simple. You're just holding down 1st fret on the B string and you're playing strings 4, 3, 2, 1. And you play that twice. So that's the intro. So it just goes. There's a G7, C, B7, E minor 7, A7, D11. The verse is very similar. That happens just once for the intro. The verse, it's pretty much the same thing, but instead of doing 2 patterns on the D11, you switch back to the G pattern. So I'll play it once and then I'll take it from there. So it just goes G, G7, C, B7, E minor 7, A7, D11, and then back to the G. So that's the verse sequence, which happens twice. You play that twice for the verse. Now and again you get this little link section, and it's just the last 2 bars of the verse played again. E minor 7, A7, D11, G. So that happens after the first verse. It plays those 2 bars. Like a little extra linking section, if you like. Right. So after it does the verse with that little link in it, goes back to a verse, and then it plays a bridge. Now the bridge is this. You're going to play the E minor pattern twice, then the A7 pattern twice, and then we're going to switch to a D chord. So that is 2nd fret on the E, 3rd fret on the B, 2nd fret on the G, and we're playing strings 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to play that 4 times. It's basically 2 bars of music. Then we're going to go back to the E minor pattern twice, A7 twice again, and then we're going to play twice on the D. Then I'm going to switch to a D7. So that's 2nd fret on the E, 1st fret on the B, 2nd fret on the G. And again, strings 4, 3, 2, 1. So here's the whole bridge. E minor 7, A7, D, back to E minor 7, A7, D, D7. And that's how you play the bridge. From there it goes back to another verse, then another bridge, and then during the piano solo it basically plays the intro sequence twice through. So if you're going to include the instrumental section, that's what you do. Then it's back to another verse, and then it plays a linking section. I'm going to show you what I did earlier on. So the link section was E minor 7, A7, D11, G, but I'm going to change the G slightly. Instead of playing all the way up, what I do is this. I play strings 6, 4, 3, and then what I do is I play the 2nd fret with my thumb on the top E string. So you get like that, and it helps when you kind of come back round. Basically what happens is you play the link section twice at the end. So I find just by putting that little run in, makes it sound a little bit more like the record. So that sounds like this. And then what I do, I slow down on the D11 and then I'll just hold down a regular G shape and just give it a strum. So that last G chord, if you don't know it, 3rd fret on the E, 2nd fret on the A, 3rd fret on the top E string. And I just use the back of my fingernail just to strum that one down like that. And one thing I forgot to add was if you want to play along with the original you'd put a capo, one of these devices, across the 3rd fret, and then you just simply move your shapes in relationship to the capo. So I tend to view the capo a bit like it's the nut of the guitar. So if I'm playing a G, which is normally at the 3rd fret, I'm 3 frets along from the capo, 1, 2, 3, and then I've got my G. So I'll just do I'll maybe just do the verse section just so you get an idea of how that looks against the capo. There you go, that's how you do it if you wanted to play it in the original key of B flat. Okay guys, have fun with this and I'll see you soon.